Hello, everyone. It is time for our daily devotional together.
Today's title is You Can Love Them, But You Can't Change Them. Why was this the word God put on my heart this morning before I even read this? The chapter is Hebrews 4:16. Let us then approach God's throne of grace with confidence so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need. Relationships are wonderful until they're not. All relationships can be difficult at times, but they should not be destructive to our well-being. If you have relationships in your life where you know something is wrong, but you can't for the life of you figure out what to do, I understand. I know what it feels like to have your body tense and your pulse quicken while your mind is begging the other person, stop doing this. Most of us aren't equipped to know what to do when we know things need to change, but the person isn't willing to or capable of cooperating with the needed changes your challenge may be with. Someone who personalizes everything and is prone to being offended so you can't figure out how to address something. This person repeatedly does that is not acceptable to you. You know you need a boundary, but you don't know how to communicate this need. A person in authority over you and boundaries that don't feel like they would work. A family member who lives in your home, and though you need some distance, setting a boundary doesn't feel realistic. You've prayed about this behavior or situation, you've tried to navigate it, you've made changes, you may have even tried to stop it, you've listened to wise advice and done everything you know to do, but in the end, nothing has worked. You've finally realized if they don't want things to change, you cannot change them. This is a terribly hard truth to accept, but it's one of the most freeing truths I've learned to embrace. The only other option is to secretly wondering if you are the crazy one. Friend, you may be brokenhearted, you may be sad, you may be afraid and possibly angry. You may be focused on trying to fix what isn't within your ability to fix, and you may be fixated on trying to figure everything out, but you are not crazy. If you are smelling smoke, there is fire. And the only reasonable option at this point is to either put out the fire or get yourself away from the fire. Drawing boundaries can help put out fires before they become all-consuming, but if the fires keep burning with increasing intensity, you've got to get away from the smoke and flames. Sometimes your only option may be to distance yourself from this person and say goodbye. Boundaries aren't going to fix the other person, but boundaries will help you stay fixed on what is good, what is acceptable, and what you need to stay healthy and whole. I don't know what boundaries you may need to consider. I challenge you to process this situation with the Lord and prayerfully think through what changes may be necessary alongside a trusted Christian counselor or wise friend. Maybe for today, it's just enough to sit and think through the truth that the only sustainable change you have control over is making sustainable change for yourself. I know this isn't easy, but it is good. A statement to remember as I walk into today. Boundaries will help you stay fixed on what is good, what is acceptable, and what you need to stay healthy and whole. Okay, so all of that to say, you guys know you cannot change a person. You can change the way you respond. You can change the boundaries that you have for yourself. This is something I've had to learn even in my marriage. I cannot change my husband. My actions won't even change my husband. Now they can have an impression on him, and from there, you give that person who's causing you harm back over to God. Only God can change a heart. There's only one time where someone said, does God still create new things? And yes, he does. For David prayed, create in me a clean heart, O God, renew as new steadfast spirit within me. So two things that I pray over people that I feel are wronging me, I put up my boundaries and I say, Lord, I pray that you create a new heart in them and bring their mind to understanding of how they cause me to feel. You have to hand people back to God, including yourself, and set boundaries for yourself. A huge problem that we have with people is failed expectations that we have on them that we've never even voiced in the first place.